what up? It's Trey with Melody Muse, and this is part 3 of the trap series, how to make a trap beat. In this video, I'm going to be going over snares, a few different things about snares. I'm going to go over sound selection, bounce, layering your snares, and rolls. So this will probably be a pretty short video. Well, I said that in the last video, it ended up being 15 minutes. But this one I think will be super short, super simple. So the very first thing is sound selection. So when it comes to snares, especially for trap or drill, you're gonna want a more crispy, hard-hitting snare. Like now, to show you the difference between a hard-hitting snare and a weak snare that you probably wouldn't use for trap is this. That's not gonna fit well in snare now or in trap. Now I'm sure you can use it and maybe it'll sound good, but typically when you're using snares in trap, you want a hard-hitting one. This one right here, that one is super classic. Right, so I think you understand. Super crisp, hard-hitting snares. That's super important in trap. Now the next thing I think is pretty important is adding bounce snares. So here's the normal snare. Right, super simple. Now to add some bounce, you can add snares in different places. So the two most common are going to be right here and here. So the 1, 2, 3, the 4 and the 1 and in between the 3 and the 7. So technically it's going to be 1, 2, 3, the 4 and the 5 and. You're going to hear this in trap all the time. Super, super simple. Alright, now the next place that you can add snares is going to be on the 4 and the 4 and, or the 8 and the 8 and technically. I love to put them there. It sounds really good. Now, this is going to lead me into the next point, which is snare rolls. You don't hear these a lot in trap anymore, but I think they sound super good. So the easiest way to do that is to highlight the snare, drag it over, Alt plus U, and you can play with the time multiplier. Now there's a whole bunch of different types of snare rolls that you can do. Triplets, this, you can cut it even more. One of my favorite things to do is to drag this over. I think this sounds amazing. Cut it. Now put on a pretty high one like this. Zoom in and delete all of them so it's only 2. And listen to how this sounds. I just like that super simple, slow, like, you know how it sounds. You don't hear this a lot in trap. I really don't hear anyone doing this, but I think it sounds amazing. Alright, so that's pretty much it for rolls. You can go crazy with it, or you can keep it simple. The most important thing is adding some bounce. You can take one out and just have one. Mix it up, go crazy with it, keep it simple, whatever you want to do, honestly. It's really up to you here. Just to add some bounce. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about in this video is layering your snares, which I think is pretty important. So I'm going to take out these extra ones just to keep it simple and find a snare to layer with. I like this for the video. Simple, simple. Notice the difference between the two snares. So you can clearly hear the difference. It's going to be a lot louder and a lot crisper. And I think when it comes to trap, the snare is one of the more important drums, man. The snare just, you just expect the snare. So when that snare is one, expected, and then two, it's hitting super hard, it really adds to the beat, especially when you're doing those darker trap beats like a melody like this. So four things: sound selection, very, very, very important. Rolls, snare rolls, not as important, but it's good to mix it up. Bouncy snares, add some rhythm to it, and layering your snares. Four things for your snares. Super simple, super easy, but very, very important. So thanks for watching. Check out my Discord, link's gonna be below, and I'll see you in the next video.